the one and only Tiffany E, aka Smackdown TV2, and I am here to give you guys all of the tea when it comes to wrestling and maybe a little bit of odds and ends in between there. So why don't you go ahead, go get your snacks, go get your juice, go get you a good drink, a good glass of wine if you can drink it. If you're underage, don't be drinking, okay? Go on and get you some juice or something and sit back and listen as we kiki and holler about wrestling. Because over here, you get a plethora of things when it comes to my show, okay? You get wrestling commentary.
No benefit of the doubt. Dr. Phil say don't do that. Dr. Phil say when somebody show you who they are, and so did Maya Angelou, believe them. Them two hoes are snakes. They've been snakes, and them hoes was like that when you got there, and they like that now, so fuck them both. And they did the right thing by letting them headline WrestleMania. They most definitely deserve to headline WrestleMania. And that is how you close a mania.
What else will you get? You'll also get a weekly recap of every single show that WWE has to offer. Monday Night Raw Aftershow, NXT Aftershow, and of course a Friday Night Smackdown Aftershow. You'll also get a recap of all the Big 5 PLEs. I even do the Saudi shows for you. And then, if it's good and worth the time, I may even throw a little AEW in there. But of course, I will do my best to make sure I recap as many PLEs as possible. If I don't have it, then I'll throw it to one of my friends who do know it. We also cover pop culture, and we have really good time over here with lifestyle and just giving advice. So, if you're ready, it's showtime. And that is on the ancestors, baby. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, your girl, the one and only Tiffany E, aka Smackdown TV2, and I am here to give you guys all of the tea when it comes to wrestling and maybe a little bit of odds and ends in between there. So why don't you go ahead, go get your snacks, go get your juice, go get you a good drink, a good glass of wine if you can.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the show. I hope everybody had a good day today. Okay. Nika was number 1. I came in at 10. She was right behind me. So top commenters of the day goes to Nika, Kayla, and B. Jeffers. So shout out to y'all for being the top commenters of the day. And I got my usual suspects. Hold tight, y'all. The regular degglers are here. Ooh, that's greasy. All righty. So let's get into it. My usual suspects are here. My moderators are here. So shout out to them. Donnie's a moderator. Thank you. Yeah, are you okay? Moderators are here. Donnie's here. He's here early. He usually isn't that early, but he's here early. Shout out to you, Donnie, for being early. I got another moderator. Kenny's here. Aaliyah is here. So 3 of my moderators are here. I appreciate y'all being here. Like I said before, these guys are the ones who regulate the chat. So keep it cool, keep it cute. Because if you don't, they are the ones who make the decision on who stays or who goes. I rarely see anything pop off in the comments unless they miss it, which isn't often. So as long as everybody is keeping everything nice and breezy around this bitch, we'll have a good time. Okay? And the moderators won't kick your ass out. I'm just telling you, because they will do it. All right. Aaliyah is here. Like I said, Kenny is here. Hello, Kayla. How are you? Pierre is here. Hello. Tay and young boy Jay. To those of you who have not commented and you are watching, hello. Welcome to the show. So we're going to talk about it. Smackdown went by really quick. But one thing I liked about Smackdown is it was very balanced. We got a lot of girls and we had a lot of guys. We had everything. They got Roman's ass out the way early. Thank God. Okay, he did not dominate the whole show. Okay, appreciate you. Okay, they gave us a little bit more balance this week. We love that. We appreciate that. Okay, so let's talk about what we did see. Okay, now Roman came out there and was talking shit. You know, him was in his feelings. Baby, can we have some ice? He was out there with his baby cousin Solo, and Sammy and Kevin came out there. Now, of course, Roman was out there talking his cash shit as usual. But where things changed is that Sammy just straight up told Roman, he said, man, you're not getting these championships. And you know why? Because you're just simply not as good as we are. Hell, you're not even as good as your cousins. I was like, oh, the actual factuals that are being spoken here, the actual factuals that are being spoken, because that's not a lie, that's facts. Okay? But Roman didn't get to have a rebuttal and get everything off his chest because his cousins came out there and tried to beat up on Samuel and Kevin. And they did. And you know, Roman wasn't happy about that. So much so, they ended up bumping real heavy into his little cousin. And Solo looked at him and said, nigga, I know you ain't just hit me. Roman had got a little razzled. You know, he got a little frazzled in his chesticles and had to run to the back. By then, Pauline had left because he saw what it was. By then, he was gone. But baby, listen. Them two twins is in trouble. You hear me? They is in trouble. Roman told them, you don't move unless I say so. You out here making moves and doing stuff and deviating from the plan that I set up, that I keep us running. Without me, there is no you. You understand that? I was like, ooh. Now you know you're wrong. Now you know you're wrong. Well, baby Roman was not with the shits today. Okay, he was mad. He was upset. He was frazzled. He was pissed. All right. This pissed-osity lasted throughout the whole night. Okay. Now listen. We got a few goodies that we got to see today, which I really, really like. Okay. Now, I'm gonna play round robin. We're gonna talk about everything that we saw today on Smack is Downness. Okay. First thing first, we've already set up the next couple of fights for the next couple of weeks, even after Night of Champions. Okay. So one thing we did get for out of this week's SmackDown, he said, yeah, I woke up at 10, period. Thank you, baby. Want to grab that other juice out there? That's my last apple one. I don't know. I have to move closer. Okay. So what we got today was we got Austin Theory coming out there and talking his shit. And Sheamus didn't say a word. That nigga just kicked him dead in his mouth. Which I was like, baby, we love you, Sheamus. We love you for that. We really do. Because you gave us so much hope from doing that, babes. We love and appreciate it. And I bet it's because he didn't get to say his little code word. Because whenever he wants to use the Usos to attack somebody, he uses one word, but they just popped off. No, he explained why he didn't want them to attack them. At least not yet. Legitimately, he was upset because he said it was his words. I ate one piece, baby. He said, and I quote, I gave Sammy time on my life, and I had something I had to say to him, and y'all two ruined it. He said, I had something I had to say. I wanted to say something to him. I wanted him to hear what I had to say, and y'all ruined it. So that's what he was mad about. He was mad that the Usos made a move without him making the call first. But he claimed it was because he had something to say to Sammy. Whatever. Anyways, like I said, Austin Theory was out there talking shit. He was talking about Bobby Lashley. But y'all know Lashley still got to get rid of that gash on his head. You know, he developed that bum bump. So he had to get rid of that. Well, he started going in on Sheamus about how Sheamus beat John Cena just like he did, but it was a long time ago and he did his at WrestleMania, blah, 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 bullshit. Right? Sir, he basically, was talking a lot of shit, came out there, Sheamus came out there, walked out there, grabbed the mic, and before he could even say anything, he kicked Austin Theory dead in his mouth. Kicked him in the mouth and then left. Can you put my cup up there? Because I can't hold it back here. Kicked him in the mouth and then left, child. That was the end of that. We didn't see Austin Theory no more. Now, let's go back a little bit. Let's go to the Grayson Waller effects. Okay, Grayson Waller came out there and was out there talking shit, but he was trying to make it seem like he was a good guy. He basically was asking AJ Styles good interview questions, real mellow, wasn't trying to start no shit. And then towards the end, that's when he said at the end of the match, I can't wait until Night of Champions because at the end, the hand that's gonna be raised. And he said, yo, Mike, you can take a little lesson from this. He said, and your new world heavyweight champion, Seth freaking Rollins. And AJ Styles was like, oh, that's how you feel? He was like, oh, yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I was like, oh, sucky now. The boys are fighting, okay? But AJ Styles said some real shit. AJ Styles said, hey, listen, we happy for Seth. He on a movie set right now, filming his movie, doing his Thug Thizzle. We happy about that. But he said, I'm here, I'm working, and I want that championship. I want it so bad that I can taste it. I want that belt. And if I have to go through Seth Rollins to get it, so be it. And I said, ooh. And now they out here preaching. The show continued to roll on because that's how the Grayson Waller effect went off. Grayson Waller pretty much dug at AJ Styles by saying he wanted Seth Rollins to win, and then that was it. That was it, honey. Okay? Hold on a second. Period, Grayson. She said Serpent Society. She ain't shit. Anyways, we also got a few of the girls. So we're going to talk about the girls. Zelina Vega went up against Asuka today. It was a very quick match. It wasn't like super, super short, but it served its purpose. Zelina Vega had a good showing against Asuka. Asuka had a good showing against Vega. The more Vega wrestles, the better she looks and the better she's going to be. So I'm really excited to see where Zelina Vega goes. And she was able to hold her own against Asuka. And y'all know Asuka, one of the greatest wrestlers of our time. Okay, so she was doing great. She did excellent. All right, amazing. Now, Zelina Vega ended up losing the match because she tapped to Asuka's submission. All right. Now, Asuka wouldn't let it go. And that's when Bianca came out there. Asuka tried to run out of the ring as Bianca got in there. And Bianca tried to get her and she tried to miss her again. But it just missed Bianca. And all she got was a residual spray of Asuka's miss all over her. Okay. So the girls are still fighting, and they're setting up this match for Night of Champions next week, I presume. I believe Bianca's going to Night of Champions. She is advertised for Night of Champions, so I'm hoping that happens. The next set of matches we got for the women was a tag team match, and what we got was a nice little treat because Yulisa and Valentina Faraz were up on Smackdown tonight. They went up against the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Now, for the most part, the girls were trying to hold their own, but unfortunately, Alba and Isla were just too in sync for Yulisa and Valentina to get it together, and they ended up losing to the Tag Team Champions at the moment. Okay? So we had that. Now, we had this interesting interaction. Okay? Now, the rumor around the world was that Rick Boogs was getting ready to be put with LA Knight as a tag team. And I didn't believe it because it doesn't fit. It doesn't sound right. Okay. But they did make them a tag team tonight. And LA Knight basically was like, I'm coming out here because I can have a tag team with anybody and beat y'all. And the tag team division has a championship, and those tag teams are not safe. Those championships are not safe for me. What they give him a tech? They gave Spoelstra a tech.
I don't know.
Anyways, must not be.
No.
Anyways, so we had the Street Profits going up against Boogs and LA Knight. Now I know better than that, and I know Triple H is not that much of a fool, but shout out to my brother because he believed it and I didn't. I was right. Basically, what happened is there was a miscommunication in the match, and the Street Profits was able to get the win over LA Knight and Rick Boogs. Now, if we're being fair, when you watch this match, majority of the match Rick Boogs had it not been for LA Knight tagging himself in the match, and he was the one who was a part of the miscommunication, they would have won. Rick Boogs was dominant over Montez and Dawkins. There wasn't much either one of them could do with him because of the power that Rick Boogs embodies. Now, when it got to the end and Rick Boogs ended up suffering the pin because LA Knight was on the outside of the ring, okay, they was able to get the drop on Boogs, and Montez was able to hit them with that frog splash, which that was the end of it. Match over. Street Profits win. Now, when Boogs is in the ring, LA Knight looked like he was gonna pick him up and they was gonna be cool, but he ended up knocking that fool out in the middle of the ring. See, I ain't no damn fool, baby. I know a good setup when I see one. Okay. I know a good setup when I see one. I ain't no damn fool. They weren't gonna put these two together. It just will not work. It just will not work, babe. Your Lisa back. Mi gente, as she is back, babe. And she looked good. I want them to really use them in this tag team division because they have enough women to have one now. Now, it looks like they got a main tag team division on Raw and a tag team division for the women on SmackDown. They got at least 4 tag teams on Raw, and they should have 4 tag teams on SmackDown. If they ain't got it, they can get it. You feel me? With all that being said, they look good. I'm glad they put them back together, though. I'm glad they on SmackDown. Ooh. I don't know if it's permanent, huh? Yulisa and Valentina Faraz. Well, I'm gonna be honest, baby. I didn't ask you if you knew.
No.
I was just talking about them in the, you all right?
No, I was just saying who was the team you was talking about, and then when you said them, okay, I just threw my hands up because I don't know who they is.
You need something to drink?
No.
You sure you don't want no alcohol? You said get yourself together. You show? Okay, baby. Seem a little tired. You not tired? You all right? Okay, baby. All right. I'm missing the picture because what am I missing? That match with Pretty Deadly. I don't know why it didn't give me all of the damn. Ugh. So rude. Okay, y'all, hold on a second. Hold tight, ladies and gentlemen, as I come in. Yeah, I was just missing this picture. So the match between Pretty Deadly and the Brawling Brutes happened tonight as well, and that was a very good match between the two. I will say this: Elton and Kit are some crafty little bastards. Now I'm not sure which one of them is Elton and which one of them is Kit, so I'll just
Elton has blonde hair.
Elton has the blonde hair, and Kit is
the brunette.
The brunette.
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I know Kenny will probably correct me in the comments. Anyways, I saw the tag team tournament for the women's titles. Well, I'm getting to the women's titles in a second. Let me first get Pretty Deadly and Brawling Brutes out the way. Who the fuck is that? I'd like a fatal 4-way ladder match at Money in the Bank. Ooh, that's cute. Oh, he's right, Kenny. Okay, very good. Very good. Kayla said you were correct. Very good. Very good. Very good. First of all, Raquel is not injured. What do you want? Sure. Just gotta wait a second. First off, Raquel is not injured. It is Liv Morgan who is injured. So since y'all won't let me get to do this the way I want to do this, let me make it clear. Liv Morgan is the one who is injured. She injured her arm in that match last week that Raquel had and Liv had with Damage Control. It was injured in that match. I do not believe it was injured when Dakota Kai kicked her. I think that it.
So it's just with the kayfabe is what.
No,
doing.
That's a real injury. She suffered a real injury, and I told everybody that it was her arm. That injury, I believe that injury happened when Raquel threw her and she fell on her arm. Now, if you didn't watch the match last week when Raquel and Liv and Dakota and Bailey were in the match, they were setting up the move where Raquel was supposed to throw Liv into Dakota and Bailey, but the throw was off. So Liv ended up landing on her arm. But the way WWE framed it is that the injury happened when Dakota hit her in her face, but it actually hit her in the shoulder. It was a kick in the shoulder. And in the throes of the match, she was in the corner on the bottom turnbuckle. However, Liv is not going to be cleared in time. Now, if y'all remember last Monday, Ronda Rousey attacked Raquel and made it so that it was like, if y'all are ready at Night of Champions, we'll see you at Night of Champions. So we all assumed that Liv would be healed and ready to go in time, but that is not the case. She has suffered a real injury, is going to be out for a little bit of time. She's not going to be back in time to be able to defend those championships. So Raquel and Liv had to relinquish the championships. Raquel has to find a new partner, and there will be a fatal 4-way, I believe, on Monday Night Raw in 2 weeks with Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Damage Control. Excuse me? That's 2 weeks away. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Let me lose my train of thought. Oh, fuck. Who's the other team? Sonya Deville and Chelsea Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, Raquel has to have a mystery partner. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Damage Control. Those are the four. Those are the four. Okay. Why Raquel's partners always injured? They're not though. But they're not though. Her shoulder's been kind of bothering her for a bit, but last week did it. Yeah. Shotzi, Aaliyah, and now Liv. I don't like how it's framed like it's somehow Raquel's fault. Dakota Kai is also injured, according to Bailey. She came on Smackdown today and said that Dakota Kai is injured, which is the reason why Bailey and Io are the ones in that tag team match. But to Don's credit, I peeped that too. That's not gonna work out in their on their half. Mainly because if you didn't watch SmackDown today, when Bailey announced it was gonna be her and Io was just as shocked as the rest of us. She was like, "Bitch, I didn't tell you we was gonna do that." She looking at her like, "Who? Who gonna be out here with you? How you just gonna make decisions for me?"
I just gonna decide for me.
She was like, "Girl, what?
You can't make that decision."
Girl, child, boom. Okay. I think that's unfair to put that on Raquel. Like all of Raquel's partners get injured every time they with her. Raquel suffered injuries too. So as far as I'm concerned, Liv's had a nagging injury. I think Aaliyah's injury was nagging as well. Her injury was a freak accident. And Shotzi, if I recall, Shotzi wasn't injured. Shotzi was kayfabe, if I recall. So relax on that. Why does that matter? Because they're wrestlers? I don't know, babes. We love a healed Liv. Since Ronda and Shayna won at Mania or whatever show it was for a shot at the tag titles, they automatically need to be in whatever match they have it. Sorry if I jumped the gun. No, I was fine with that. I just couldn't remember all of the teams because it's not like it's the end of the world. Like that's fine, Kenny. I could not remember all of the teams for the tag team titles. But peep that is Bailey and Io. Relax. I don't believe it. So it's kayfabe. I want to say that it is a kayfabe injury because, well, she wasn't on. Well, she was. Wasn't she on Monday Night Raw? I can't right off remember. I can't remember. Now, Shotzi was injured off the match with Ronda. Right, like fair. That's what I'm saying. You can't blame everything on Raquel. Like every time she get a partner, all her partners magically get injured. That ain't right. Don't say that shit. That's not cool. I can understand it if it was just her and the injuries happened while, like, if it was just happening when during her time wrestling. Like it wasn't no injury happened with no other person. It was just Raquel and them in the ring, and Raquel did something reckless, and boom, injury happened. Boom, injury happened. I can understand that, but that's not what's happening here. So I don't like that. That's not fair. Anyways, so the final match of the night. Well, we got another match. Like I said, we had Yulisa and Valentina go up against the NXT Tag Team Champions. But it says that Fatal 4-Way is on Monday and next weekend is Night of Champions. If I recall, they said it was 2 weeks away. They didn't say it was Monday. If I remember, no, that's Monday. I mean, that's next 2 weeks away. It was May 29th, which isn't Monday. That's after Night of Champions. That's 2 weeks away. The champion will be crowned May 29th after Night of Champions. So they're going to have the tag team match after Night of Champions, not at Night of Champions. Okay. As Roman said last week before he mushed Jimmy in the face, apologize. Here, apologize. I can't. So the last thing we had, well, like I said, we had Pretty Deadly going up against the Brawling Brutes. This match was fun, okay? But the slick part at the end was Ellen and Kit was wrestling, and I'm gonna say it wrong, so don't be mad at me, okay? Ellen was tied up in the ropes. Kit was fighting with Ridge Holland. They pretty much occupied the ref. Elton was able to get out of the ropes and take out Ridge Holland, and they was able to do their spilled milk move. After that, oh, it's real ticky tacky. Okay. Miami out here tripping. Anyway, he was able to get himself out the ropes and do the spilled milk. And the refs didn't see shit. He did lock himself back in the ropes. And then that's how Kit was able to get the pin. So this was the sickest shit I see all day. Some crafty little motherfuckers. I was like, I can't even be mad. Like, you can't even be mad at it. Like, I was like, shit. Oh my God. Right. Okay, it's on Memorial Day. Very good. I got it correct. I called him right. Very good. Very good. For once, I didn't get yelled at. Okay, cool. So, because I get cussed out when I do not say people's names right. Anyway, they picked up the win, and the Brawling Bruce was left with a loss while their leader was standing back there very distraught. Okay, Sheamus was not okay. He was pissed. All right, now in the back we got a little bit of information in the back. Okay, we got a little bit of stuff happening. But for the most part, this was Smackdown. It was a solid show.
And we fix some cars tomorrow Saturday. Don't Daddy gotta go to dialysis?
Yeah.
That was why I parked Mom's car on the street when you first came.
Well, hell, I didn't know what was going on. Come on.
Can you help them, please?
Tell Crystal have to get up. Move one of these damn cars.
Yeah, she's not gonna do that.
She's not gonna do that.
So that was SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it was short, sweet, and to the point. The last match of the night was the Usos versus LWO, and this match was cute. Good match between the two. They was fighting, they was brawling. The Usos did everything they could, from cheating and everything else, to keep LWO from winning this match, but they had an ace in the hole that nobody knew was coming, and that was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. You see, the tribal chief had made it clear that he wasn't coming out there to back the Usos. He's still mad at them for losing their championships. Damn, they done tied it up almost. Ooh. Oh, be careful. Y'all might lose in your hometown. Be careful. Anyways, I'm watching the game. Boston is going up against Miami. Ooh, not a foul. Ooh, turnover. Let's go. Capitalize. Anyway. Anyways, y'all. So the way that this match went towards the end was the Usos thought they had it. And they did every move they could think of to keep Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar down. It did not work. Okay, they tried everything from a double frog splash to a frog splash to everything, super kicks. You do it, you name it, they did it. It did not keep them down. Okay, they didn't get the double frog splash off though because Kevin came out there and caused a distraction while the referee was looking towards Kevin. Santos pushed Jay off of the top turnbuckle, and while Jimmy was on the back turn on the other side on the turnbuckle, and the ref was looking at Kevin because Kevin had finally made it down and got on the top on the apron of the ring. That's when Sammy came from behind and pushed Jimmy off the turnbuckle on the floor. Jimmy got pushed into the ring ropes, 619. Then Santos jumped off. Oh, and Santos jumped off the top turnbuckle. Boom, pow, period. Game over. Santos picked up the W. Match is done, babes. That was it. That was it. It was a murder, she wrote. It was over. Do y'all see Carmelo? He's there. No? What are you talking about, Donnie? Now, they made a couple of announcements because the press conference for the Night of Champions is going to happen next Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time from Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. Now, I don't know how that's going to happen. Are they going to... So, are they going to have Friday Night Smackdown in Jeddah next week? Because I don't see how they're going to have the press conference from Jeddah and they have to do. Are they gonna? Is it gonna? It must be a pre-taped SmackDown next week. It has to be because there's no way. Oh, he was at the game. I can't see that far into the game. Gerard has it on his He has it on his monitor, so I can't see where people are sitting or where it is. So okay, yeah, I figured it was press conference on the plane, right? Because I was confused. I'm like, they gotta pre-tape it. It has to be. I just can't see it. But if he's there, that I just can't see him. And plus, I don't be looking at the crowd too much because I be trying to figure out who fighting because they be fighting at these basketball games, baby. That shit is hilarious. But anyways, I think it is. I think it is. I think it is pre-taped. Now next week on SmackDown, you're getting a championship match with the United States Championship. It's gonna be uh Homeboy Austin Theory versus Sheamus. That's happening next week. Um, I guess you're gonna get LA Knight versus Rick Boogs next week. There's also another match that's announced for next week. I can't quite remember. I saw it, but I can't remember it. Oh, it's AJ Styles versus Grayson Waller next week. So that's happening. Why is Donovan Mitchell trending? What's happening? Oh, the 2K23 season 7 got new dribbles, and Donovan Mitchell is in it. The Blazers intend to trade their number 3 overall pick in the draft to try and build a championship team around Damian Lillard. Well, how the fuck you gonna do that if you're trading the 3rd overall pick? That don't make no damn sense. Anywhoosies. Multitasking child. Anyways, that was Smackdown. It was a great show. I enjoyed it. Okay, I got a few things that I have to post in regards to Smackdown. I think I got one more video I gotta post when it comes to the show. Oh, I might have two, honey. I think I got two. Yeah, because I didn't post Sheamus kicking him in the face. I didn't post that. So let me get that posted. But there's one more thing that I want to talk about before I go, because I'm not going to stay on here. I'm not going to hold y'all long. I promise you. Okay. Sir, if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, there it go. Let me see if that's the right kind of picture. Yay, good job. Okay. So one more thing before I go, and I always got to do with Impact, and we got a few other things to talk about, and I promise y'all I will leave y'all alone, okay? So next week is gonna be packed with a lot of shows. Okay, we got a lot of shit going on next week, and I promise y'all it's gonna be a big wrestling weekend. It's a massive wrestling weekend, okay? So just hold tight, and we're gonna talk about all of that in like 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. 1, 2. Don't start. Just give me 2 seconds, y'all. I'll be right back.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about and a little bit of time to talk about it in. Also, I made that Zach sauce. Oh, did you kill it? Did you kill it, Donnie? Yeah, I'm Team Shamrock over Theory. Period. All right. So we got a lot of wrestling to discuss and clear out because next week is a very hectic schedule when it comes to the wrestling fans. Okay. Now, if you watch more than just WWE, you got a lot of shit coming your way for wrestling. All right. So let me break it down for you so you understand how this is all going to work. Now, to start off, to give you guys a little palate cleanser and to make some really cool things, this past Thursday, Trinity had her first match against Callan King. Okay, she did excellent in this match. It was a little shaky in the beginning, but for the most part, Trin was right back, step for step, fight for fight, punch for punch, pound for pound. She had that girl. That match was fire. Okay, she did some awesome moves in there, and everything looked so smooth and so clean. She hit her with what she called, what was the end? What she called her match? Her submission. AJ, she called it Star.
It was Star something.
Star Power.
Star, no, and Star, was it Starlock or Starlight, something like that?
I think it was Star Power or something like that. But if you know what her finisher name is, please tell me in the comments. But I believe that she called it Star Power. It's very similar to her finisher in WWE. It's the exact finisher, but it's what was that, goaltending?
No, it was Office Power and Horford.
Williams and old boy been beefing. They almost came to blow.
Williams and who?
Jimmy.
Oh.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Starstruck.
Starstruck. Okay, I knew it was Star something.
Thank you, B. Jeffers. I say he did.
Strudels, come on now.
Say he did a little too much pepper. So next time I do cayenne, but yeah, it was good. Period. I told you right, instead of buying shit, we just gonna make it. Only thing I ain't gonna make that's too much time consuming is deep dish pizza, because I can't. But anyways, Trinity did excellent in this match. They have her whole match up on YouTube for y'all to go and watch. I highly recommend that you go and watch it. I promise you, you will not be disappointed with that. Now, let's start off with Friday. Friday is May 26th. Impact's Under Siege is on Friday. They're going to be streaming live from London, Ontario, Canada. Let me show you Impact's page so y'all can see it. If you want to watch Impact, they have it available on Impact Plus, and they also have it available on Fight TV. So you can watch it live on Impact Plus and on Fight. Okay? Under Siege has a whole match card. All right? There's a no DQ match for the Impact World title. And this right here is Steve Macklin, and this is PCO. Okay? Then the girls are fighting. Deonna Purrazzo is going to defend her championship against Jordan Grace. This will be the final time that Jordan Grace could try to get this championship from Deonna Purrazzo. If she does not beat her, then as long as Deonna Purrazzo is champion, Jordan Grace can never challenge for that knockout championship again. Trinity is going to have her first Impact Plus match. This time she's going up against Giselle Shaw. Now, Giselle Shaw has a whole crew behind her, and her little friend right here, this one right here in the bike right here. I don't know what's wrong with him, but y'all go on to Impact Plus and watch him. Something is off about him. It's the way he walk, the way he talk. Everything seems very forced and fake. And the way I see it is, if you're gonna embody a character, you're gonna do it all the way. Dedicate to the character. Don't do no bullshit where you out here, faking it, flanking and funk. No, because you got to sell it. He doesn't sell it. Y'all will see what I mean if you go on Impact's YouTube channel and watch it. It's a 15-minute plus match for Trinity. It's her first match on Impact. And you will see towards the end, after she beats Kaylin, that guy comes out because he's representative of Giselle Shaw. His name is Jai Vital or Jay Vital. And she also has Savannah Evans in her crew as well. Okay. What? Somebody got
They called
a foul.
Yeah, I think Tatum kicked his foot out though. I don't know.
They ain't called a foul on Williams on that thick boy right there. He hit what's his face in the head.
Let me see. Tatum kicked his feet out. That should be an offensive foul.
Yeah, he drew the foul. They cheating. They cheating, trying to get them extra 2 points so they can get down, so they ain't down by 5 no more. Okay, babes. Now, we got some more matches. This card is very, very massive for Impact's Under Siege. Nick Aldis is going up against Kenny King. There's a number 1 contenders match here. This number 1 contenders match, I believe, is the next opponent for Steve Macklin or PCO, whoever wins that match. That number 1 contenders match includes Moose, Eddie Edwards, Jonathan Gresham. What is his name? I cannot say that man's name. Yuya? Is that how you say it? Yuya Yamura? If I said it wrong, don't y'all chastise me. Alex Shelley and Frankie Kazarian are all competing in that number 1 contenders match. The X Division Championship is also being defended. Trey Miguel is going to be going up against Chris Sabian. The Impact Tag Team titles are also set to be defended. ABC, which is Ace Austin and Chris Bay, are going to go up against Subculture. All right. Then you have Callahan's Revenge. This is the Design versus Sammy Callahan, Rich Swann, and a partner of their choosing, This is a mystery partner. We don't know who that's going to be. And then finally, the digital media title is going to be defended. Joe Henry, is that how you say his name? Yeah. This is the dude that had the match with Moose that had that Sega Genesis. I mean, what's Sega Genesis? It was it a PlayStation or was it a Dreamcast? I want to say it was a PlayStation, but he's the one who had the batch, and then he had gave him a VR, and he put the VR on his head, and Moose was in. It was. You just have to Google it, AJ, so you can see it. But anyways, Joe Henry is going up against Dirty Dango for the Digital Media Championship, and I believe those are all the titles and matches.
Dirty Dango.
Yeah, it's Fandango.
Oh,
okay. Those are all the matches.
He's a new name. That sounds a little nasty.
It's meant to be nasty, baby.
Ew. I don't mean nasty like.
You gonna let me finish? I'm trying to get it.
Like, ooh, that's nasty. That's like on like kind of creepy nasty. Like,
honey,
the van your mama tell you not to walk to when you were a kid.
Will you let me finish? Stop it. You are cutting up. You know what? Those are all of Impact's matches for Under Siege. Under Siege will start at 8 p.m., I believe. Let me make sure I get it right. This is going to stream live from London, Ontario, Canada. I believe it starts at 8 p.m. You can watch it live on Impact Plus or Fight, okay? Or Impact Wrestling Ultimate Insiders, all right? Which I believe is the YouTube channel that you can pay $1 to subscribe to. All right, so let's switch off to the next one, right? They making bad calls again.
Tatum almost lost the ball again. Should have been a kickball. Mark saved it.
So we got a couple shows for WWE to go over, and I promise I will be out of your hair. All right, I promise you that. Oh, we got 10 comments in here. Let me see. Okay. I do it often. It's not. Kylan does cool stuff on the indies. Bless him. We're blessing AJ. Okay. They said bless you, baby. All right. So it's real stank. Yeah, it gets real for it. Like you see what I mean, B. Jeffers? Like, it's not in a good way, Donnie. Like, not at all. When you actually see him, when you see Jay and you see him, like, he just doesn't give. I'm not, maybe I'm not the one to explain it, but I need when you're supposed to be the friend and you are given that type of energy, the kind of energy he gives, which is very cunty, gay best friend, I'm gonna need for you to serve. And he does not. And it's so forced. It feels like he is taking a dump every time he come out there. And I'm like, baby, what is wrong with you? Does your bike hurt? Is your ass hurting? Like, what is going on? What is this? Why does everybody drink Casamigos? What is it? What is so special about Casamigos?
I said, don't get mad now. You can see you talking about Laverne Williams and Jimmy.
See, look.
Great, yeah, you hit the three and got Jimmy face. He's like, man, get that bullshit out of here, go on somewhere. Then Jimmy bust your ass that next play and get the foul and get in your face. Now you want to be upset.
He on some bitch nigga shit for sure. Or they fouled him.
Yeah, they got to.
Make them damn points, bruh.
They're making free throws.
Anyway, Don said Carmelo at the game.
Oh, well, I mean, that is his whole time. I mean, he's from there.
Yeah, but his team losing.
Hey, it is what it is, my guy.
His team ain't winning. I see what you mean when he comes out. You got me. You got me. Very good. Did he please? All right. The concert get you there fast as hell. Oh, it's a high. It's got a high proof on it.
Oh, okay. It's one to get you where you need to be.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to understand what the issue is. Why is everybody so in love with Casamigos?
Niggas out here trying to get fucked up quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yeah, like everybody be talking about it. Everybody. All right. So, let's talk about NXT Battleground, which is Sunday after Night of Champions next week. Okay. First match, the big match for not NXT Battleground is Carmelo Hayes versus Bron Breakker for the NXT Championship. All right. The next big match that I actually am looking forward to, that I think is going to be a really good. It's going to be like the match that's going to take us out. Oh, you salty. Oh, you salty. Anyway. Oh, it's getting hot in here. Make a shot. There you go. Tear them up. Y'all can't get no perks in the next couple of seconds. That's it. That's it.
No threes. If they get the two, let them have it. That's it.
Miami going to the finals. They going, Jared. Oh, God.
They up 2-0 going back to Miami.
Let's go. Let's go. Anyway.
I tell my coworker, on paper, Boston has the better team, but Miami has the better coach.
And they got the better experience going into the finals. Boston ain't exactly good at finals. We just calling a spade a motherfucking spade. Anyway, we're going to keep it nice and breezy around this bitch. Anyway, NXT Battleground has
fucking trouble.
The NXT North American Championship is going to be contested. Wesley is going to be defending his title against Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy. I'm going to be honest. I do not see Wesley walking out of Battleground as champion. More than likely, I see Joe Gacy getting this title, and maybe because of Tyler Bate, why he gets the championship. If they give this title or let Wesley keep this championship, this is still going to lead to a catalyst of Tyler Bate and Wesley going at it at some point, and we possibly will get a heel turn from Tyler Bate, which I'm kind of looking forward to. When it comes to these two goons, I see Bron Breakker being an absolute monster in this match with Carmelo Hayes. And I think that Carmelo Hayes is going to win by the skin of his teeth. We're going to be honest here. As much as I think that Carmelo Hayes is an exceptional athlete, you can never take that away from him. Bron Breakker is a menace, and oftentimes people don't give Bron Breakker his just due, but he gaining them chops now with this heel turn that he's done. He's menacing, and he's a bit scary the way that he goes about it. That nasty smile he has, that creepy look in his eyes, that's not good. And he's using all his brawn and power to just ground Carmelo Hayes in every way possible. Carmelo has got to find a way to contend against Bron Breakker's power, or it's going to end up breaking him, and he's going to lose that championship at NXT Battleground. Moving on. NXT Battleground has another quote-unquote championship that will be defended. Noam Dar is the current reigning Heritage Cup champion, and he is being challenged by none other than Dragon Lee, one of the best acquirers in NXT, period. Okay? One of the best wrestlers I've seen in NXT in a very, very long time. Now, Noam Dar talks a lot of shit, but oftentimes with his skill in the ring, he can back it up. But up against Dragon Lee, this is going to be an interesting battle, especially with Nathan Frazier hanging in the wings, causing a bit of discord for Noam Dar. We will have to see how this is going to play out. I don't know if Noam Dar is going to keep that Heritage Cup, but they very well could let him keep it. Not sure, though. this match right here is quite interesting. This is Dijak versus Ilya Dragunov in a last man standing match. Now, if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. Dijak has been going after Ilya Dragunov for quite some time. From the time frame that they were supposed to have a match at Spring Break-In, I believe, he attacked him and slammed a garage door on his chest. It was not for the faint of heart to watch. He has been on Dragunov's ass ever since. He's gotten so bad that he's kidnapped him and has been beating the hell out of him for weeks on end because he says he's serving his special brand of justice. I don't know what he's serving justice for, but that's what he said. With all that being said, it's a last man standing match with Dragunov and Dijak. And from what we saw last Tuesday in that clip with Ilya and Dijak, Ilya is probably going to be your last man standing because it takes a lot to take out Ilya Dragunov. Moving on. Let's see. Do they have any more? They should. The women's match should have been up here, but it isn't. It's not up here. I'm very sad. I'm sad that it's not up here. So hold on. I have to pull it up. I hope Tyler doesn't give even more bland as a heel. DW has a string of attempted cheating for his cup matches, so we will see. Well, I mean, he ain't exactly the king of being like straight up, so we'll have to wait and see. With all that being said, this coming Tuesday will determine who is going to end up in the finals at NXT Battleground, and that will set your women's match for NXT Battleground as well. The girls are still competing to get to that point. Tiffany Stratton has to face off against Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade has to face off against Lyra Valkyria. So we'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. But me personally, I'd rather it be Tiffany Stratton and Lyra Valkyria or Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez. That's just my personal opinion. I don't want Cora Jade anywhere near these finals for the championship, but it's not up to me. The powers that be always decide, and that's the way they leave it. So I'm gonna let them have it. And that's where we're gonna leave it at for right now because that's all we got. We ain't got no more. Now.
Oh, wow. That's not good.
What?
Are
they fixing it?
I don't know what's going on. I guess so.
You okay?
Mm-hmm. But it's kind of odd. Debate only open for
a couple hours.
Today, they open at, I think, 3 o'clock in the morning today. And then it's open tomorrow until 3 o'clock in the morning. Then it shuts down.
Well, maybe they'll extend it because they have some issues. Plus, it's probably the servers are probably overloaded with people trying to,
Yeah.
All right. So the final company that has something going on this coming weekend for wrestling is our favorite AEW. And y'all know they've got a massive match card for this particular show. So y'all bear with me as we go to Cage Side Seats to see what the match card is. Now, I don't watch AEW as often as I can, but I know that this match card is pretty heavy, and this is all going to be happening in London. So AEW Double or Nothing is going to be in London, I believe it is. This is Double or Nothing or All In. I thought it was All In that was happening. Did they update this? Let me double check. Because they've announced some of the matches. I thought it was All In that they were having. Yeah. Okay. So I believe it's AEW Double or Nothing. So I'm sorry if I gave you the wrong information, but it's Double or Nothing that they have. All right. Hello, Jonelle. How are you? So I apologize for the misinformation. Double or Nothing is set to be. Let me make sure I get the info right. Yes, this is also supposed to happen on May 28th at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific time. There is a massive match card for Double or Nothing, and it always is with AEW. Their shows are extremely long and tedious, so just bear with me. MJF is going up against Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, and Sammy Guevara, the Pillars four-way match for the AEW World Championship. Now, from my understanding of this, all four of these men have been considered the four pillars of AEW. And so they've decided to have a fatal four-way match for this particular championship because they are, considered the top pillars of the company right now. But these are your next up guys and your current champion. All right. FTR is supposed to be facing Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett for the AEW championship with a special guest referee, Mark Briscoe. I mean, I guess I don't understand this. So if any of you in the comments have been watching AEW as of lately, you can explain that. But to me, Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett shouldn't be anywhere near those fucking titles as far as I'm concerned. But live your best life, whatever. Wardlow is going up against Christian Cage for the AEW TNT Championship. Now, I didn't even know this damn feud existed. So interesting. Orange Cassidy is the AEW International Champion. They changed it from the All Atlantic Champion. That title's had two championship names. It's called the AEW International Championship now.
Shit's never the All Atlantic Championship.
I don't know. I don't really fucking care. I mean, Orange Cassidy is a champion, and he's going up against 20 competitors. Those 20 competitors will be determined later in a 21-man blackjack battle royal for the AEW International Championship. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds unnecessarily over the top.
It's stupid.
Orange Cassidy has only been champion for 64 days and counting. That's a lot. 20 competitors for him to go against. It could possibly get eliminated as a champion. Whatever, AEW, do your dog the fizzle, I guess. Jamie Hayter is the current AEW Women's World Champion, and she is being challenged by none other than Toni Storm for the championship. The Black Bull Combat Club, including Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, Jon Moxley, and Wheeler Yuta, will be facing off against the Elite, Hangman Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks in an Anarchy in the Arena match. Jade Cargill will face off against Taya Valkyrie for her AEW TBS Championship match. Ethan Page and the Guns will go up against Isaiah Cassidy and the Hardys, and Chris Jericho will face off against Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match. Fucking hell, that is a lot. So let's look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got an unsanctioned match that's going to go at least 15 minutes. You've got this Blackpool Combat Club and this Elite match that's at least going to go 15 minutes. You've got this Orange Cassidy Battle Royal match that's going to at least be 10 minutes. The championship matches have to at least be 6 to 10 minutes between the two. This card is going to be huge. Like, some of these matches are going to go over. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That's their long-term storytelling, as they put it. It's ridiculous. Do they even have that many people on the roster to make that much of a number? Yeah, they have plenty of wrestlers on their roster to put that many people in there. They have over 100 people on their roster and counting right now for current people to wrestle. Like, they're fine. They're fine. So we got a lot of stuff happening this weekend. Like I said, Impact's Under Siege is Friday. AEW has their WWE has their Night of Champions on Saturday, which I didn't go over, but I will just for out of fairness because I did go over NXT Battleground. I'm sorry. So there are a couple matches that have yet to be announced. B. Jefferson said they sign someone every 4 business days. They do, period. They definitely have enough people there. So NXT Night of Champions right now has quite a few people in it. So let's just go over it really quickly, and then I'll be out your hair, I promise. Brock Lesnar is supposed to go up against Cody Rhodes, and they have 3 main events for Night of Champions, and Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes is one of them. And then this is just my Night of Chances thing. And then you have the second. Well, this must be the second one. This is the Tag Team Championships match that they're going to have. Kevin and Sammy are going to go up against Solo and Roman for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. And that's where they left it. I don't got no hair, so you're fine. I can't. So let me show y'all the other matches because I couldn't pull it up on my computer. Seth freaking Rollins is set to go up against AJ Styles Saturday for Night of Champions for the new World Heavyweight Championship. Whoever wins will be the first and inaugural World Heavyweight Champion, and this is going to kick off a new title reign and a whole new set of feuds for this particular championship, which makes it a very fun time. All right. Moving on. The next match that was set up that a lot of people were very surprised about is Gunther will be defending his Intercontinental Championship against Ali. Mustafa Ali is going to our Night of Champions. We love that for Mustafa. He hasn't had the best of times in WWE as of lately, but right now it looks like everything is on the up and up for him. Even if he loses, Mustafa gets a nice paycheck and he gets to have a banger of a match with Gunther. You can't ask for anything more than that. Also at Night of Champions, Asuka seems to be wanting to get her lick back. She didn't like that loss she suffered at WrestleMania, so she's come back with a vengeance after Bianca Belair and her Raw Women's Championship. Now, Bianca has been letting Asuka get in her head and has been kind of getting caught up in the mystery of Asuka for the last couple of weeks. But we hope within the next week or so, Bianca wises up and stops letting her get into her head like this. But all we can hope for is that they have another really good match at Night of Champions and Bianca keeps that championship wrapped around her waist. Now, there is another match that's scheduled for Night of Champions, and it is Trish Stratus. She is supposed to go up against Becky Lynch. That is all set for Night of Champions as well. The contract signing for that will be Monday, and we'll have to wait and see how that plays out too. But those are all the shows that are happening this weekend coming between Friday and Sunday. Friday is Impact's Under Siege. An entire match card is set up for that. You can watch all of that on Impact Plus on, I believe it's on YouTube with the Ultimate Wrestling membership. And then you can also watch it on Fight TV. It's that. Saturday is Night of Champions.
Yeah. Kevin did. Yeah, they were up. Yeah.
Saturday is Night of Champions, and that's where you will have the matches with Roman, with Becky and Trish, with Asuka and Bianca. All the big marquee matches that are set up for Night of Champions will happen Saturday on May 27th. And then on May 28th, you have AEW's Double or Nothing, and you also have NXT's Battleground. both of them having stacked match cards for those nights, and they both start at the same time. So if you want to watch one on one device and then watch the other on the other, be my guest. But those are all of the things that are going to be happening next week on the weekend. Tuesday, you're going to have a couple of matches set up for NXT, but the big one is going to be the NXT Women's Tournament that's still going on. Cora Jade is going to go up against Lyra Valkyria, and you're going to have Roxanne Perez going up against Tiffany Stratton. On Monday, you're going to have the contract signing between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, and they're going to continue the conversation with Seth Rollins, and he's WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. And of course, I'm sure Corey is going to ask some questions about AJ Styles. All that and more is going to happen on Monday Night Raw. And then on Friday Night SmackDown, you're going to have Kevin Owens doing the KO show, and he's invited as his guest Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. So we'll have to wait and see how all this is going to play out. Friday Night SmackDown is going to be pre-recorded because there is going to be a press conference in Jeddah on Friday before the show. All right? So everybody, I hope you had a good night. I hope you enjoyed the show. I tried to make sure everybody had a breakdown of everything. I will try to cover as much information about each show as possible. All in, well, Double or Nothing, I'm probably not going to be able to cover, mainly because it'll still be going on by the time I go live after NXT Battleground. But I will do my best to give you guys as much information as possible. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the show, and I'll see you guys next time. Do you know where I can watch the Night of Champions press conference? I would imagine you can watch it on YouTube. Last time they streamed the press conference to YouTube, right?
I think so. I can't remember.
I would imagine you should be able to watch it on YouTube. It was on Peacock as well, so it'd probably be on Peacock. But check YouTube first, and then check the last time. So that's probably where you'll be able to see it. But everybody, I hope you have a good night. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you, Aaliyah, for helping me out there because I wanted to make sure I gave the right information. Appreciate you. You're very welcome, Pierre. And I hope y'all enjoyed the show. And I'll see you guys probably Monday. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank y'all so much for being here, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for being a part of my show. Please be sure to check out my wrestling podcast, Down for the Count, with my girls, and of course, the personal podcast with the entertainment, pop culture, and news of the KTT podcast. Like I said before, we have pop culture that we just love to talk about. Okay, pop culture includes any and all celebrity news. I have the Red Rum True Crime series where I talk about all of the stories in the news that have to do with murder and anything very, very high profile in terms of murder. And of course, we have Am I the Asshole Fridays and Twitter stories. That includes my personal recap of the SBC chat and of course, some Reddit Am I the Asshole stories that need my advice, honey, because I just love to talk. So, if you love me, please do me a favor, run on over there and follow both of my podcasts, because the wrestling podcast is where it's at when it comes to the wrestling. The girls always got it handled on that front, but y'all, my other podcast is my personal baby, and I really want it to pop off. So go over there and follow both of them. They're both available on Spotify, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys